Welcome. If you are here, you are already doing something important for your future. You are not just learning English, you are training your mind. This method is simple, but very powerful. You listen to clear, calm, expressive English. You allow your brain to get used to the language naturally. When you listen regularly, your subconscious mind starts to recognize patterns. Words, sounds, and structures become familiar. You don't need to force memorization. Understanding grows automatically. This is how the brain learns best. If you also read the text while listening, the effect becomes even stronger. Your eyes see the words. Your ears hear the sounds. This activates photographic memory. Your brain connects sound with visual form. Over time, English stops being foreign. It becomes clear, it becomes natural. But this method gives you more than language. While learning English, you are also learning how the mind works. You are exploring deep psychological ideas. One of the most important is discipline. Discipline is not pressure, it is direction. As you listen and read consistently, discipline grows quietly. This discipline does not only help you learn English, it helps you build the life you want. A calm mind, clear goals, daily action. The life many people dream about is not a fantasy. It is a result of discipline. And discipline is built through small daily actions, like listening, like reading, like continuing. Now relax, focus, let the language enter your mind. Part 1. Why discipline is stronger than motivation. Discipline is one of the most misunderstood words in modern life. For many people, it sounds cold, strict, even boring. Some imagine punishment, military rules, or a life without freedom. Because of this image, discipline is often rejected before it is truly understood. People say, "I want to enjoy life," or "I don't want to live like a robot." But discipline is not the enemy of freedom. In fact, it is the foundation of real freedom. This text is written for skeptics, for people who tried motivation and failed, for those who promised themselves from Monday too many times. If you believe discipline is not for you, this is exactly why you should read further. Let us start with a simple truth. Motivation is unreliable. Motivation feels good. It gives energy, hope, and excitement. You watch a video, read a quote, or feel inspired by someone else's success. For a moment, everything seems possible. You feel ready to change your life. But motivation is emotional, and emotions change. One bad night of sleep, one stressful day, one small failure, motivation disappears, and when it disappears, most people stop. Discipline is different. Discipline does not depend on how you feel. It does not care if you are tired, bored, or afraid. Discipline is the ability to act even when emotions say no. This is why discipline works when motivation fails. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't wait to feel motivated. You do it because it is part of your routine, because at some point, discipline turned it into a habit. The strongest people in the world are not always the most talented or the most motivated. They are the most disciplined. Athletes train when they are tired. Writers write when they feel empty. Entrepreneurs work when results are slow. They are not special. They simply learned one skill, showing up every day. Many people say, "I don't have discipline." This is not true. Discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you build. Every time you do a small, hard thing instead of an easy, wrong thing, discipline grows. Wake up when the alarm rings. Finish the task, even if it is boring. Say no to short-term pleasure for long-term progress. These actions may look small, but together they change a person. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Without discipline, talent is wasted. You can be smart, creative, and full of potential, but without discipline, potential stays potential. Dreams stay dreams. Discipline is the bridge between who you are now and who you want to become. Skeptics often say, life should be balanced. Too much discipline kills joy. But look closer. What actually kills joy? Constant stress, lack of control, broken promises to yourself, living in chaos. Discipline removes chaos. It creates structure, and structure creates peace. When you know you will do what you promised yourself, self-respect grows, confidence grows, life becomes calmer. Discipline is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters. You don't need to control every minute of your life. You need to control the important ones. Most people are not lazy. They are distracted. Discipline is the ability to choose focus over distraction. In a world full of noise, discipline is clarity. Another reason people resist discipline is fear. Fear of failure. Fear of effort. Fear of discovering their true limits. Discipline removes excuses. And when excuses disappear, responsibility appears. Responsibility is uncomfortable, but it is powerful. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop blaming others. You start acting. This is where real change begins. Discipline does not promise fast results. It promises real results. Small actions repeated daily become unstoppable force. One workout will not change your body. One focused hour will not change your career. One healthy meal will not change your life. But one workout every day will. One focused hour every day will. One healthy choice every day will. Discipline works quietly. You may not see results immediately, but one day you look back and realize you are no longer the same person. This is why discipline scares people. It removes illusions. It exposes effort. It demands honesty. But it also gives something rare: control over your own life. In the next part, we will break the biggest myth about discipline, the belief that it requires extreme willpower. You will see why discipline is not about being strong all the time, but about being smart. This is only the beginning. Part 2. Discipline does not require superhuman willpower. One of the biggest myths about discipline is the belief that it requires extreme willpower. Many people imagine disciplined individuals as cold, rigid, and emotionally strong all the time. This image scares people away. They think, I am not like that. I am normal. I get tired. I lose focus. The truth is simple. Discipline is not about being strong all the time. It is about being smart with your energy. Willpower is limited. If you try to control everything with pure force, you will fail. This is not weakness. It is biology. The brain gets tired when it makes too many decisions. Discipline works differently. Instead of fighting yourself every day, discipline removes unnecessary choices. It creates systems. It turns good behavior into habits. A disciplined person does not think, should I work out today? The decision was made long ago. Today is just execution. This is why discipline becomes easier over time, not harder. At first, it feels uncomfortable. You are changing old patterns. You're saying no to easy pleasure. You're doing things without immediate reward. But slowly, discipline stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like identity. You are no longer someone who tries. You are someone who does. This shift is powerful. Skeptics often say, I don't want to live by strict rules. But discipline is not about rules. It is about priorities. You already live by rules. You wake up for work. You pay bills. You follow social norms. Discipline simply means choosing rules that serve your future, not destroy it. Another misunderstanding is the idea that discipline kills creativity. In reality, discipline creates space for creativity. When your life is chaotic, your mind is busy with stress and unfinished tasks. When structure exists, the mind becomes free. Many great artists, thinkers, and creators lived highly disciplined lives, not because they lacked freedom, but because they valued it. Discipline protects your time. Time is the most democratic resource. Everyone has 24 hours. The difference is how they use it. Discipline teaches you to respect your own time. Not every minute must be productive. Rest is important. Joy is important. But rest without discipline becomes escape. Discipline helps you rest without guilt and work without excuses. This balance is what most people are missing. Part 3. Why discipline creates real freedom. Many people believe freedom means doing whatever you want, whenever you want. At first, this feels good. No limits, no structure, no pressure. But look closer. What happens after months or years of this lifestyle? Goals stay unfinished, health declines, confidence drops. This is not freedom. This is loss of control. Real freedom is not the absence of limits. It is the ability to choose your limits. Discipline gives you this ability. When you are disciplined with money, you gain financial freedom. When you are disciplined with food and movement, you gain physical freedom. When you are disciplined with time, you gain mental freedom. Every area without discipline eventually creates pain. Pain is a teacher, but discipline is prevention. Self-respect is built through discipline. Every promise you keep to yourself strengthens trust. Every promise you break weakens it. Many people feel lost, not because life is hard, but because they no longer trust themselves. Discipline rebuilds this trust, slowly, quietly, daily. You stop negotiating with your lower standards. This is when life changes. Part 4. Discipline. In daily life, small actions, big change. Discipline does not start with big decisions. It starts with small ones. Wake up when you said you would. Start the task you want to avoid. Finish what you begin. These actions look simple, but they change your identity. Discipline is not about perfection. You will fail. You will miss days. You will make mistakes. The disciplined person is not the one who never fails, but the one who always returns. Consistency beats intensity. Doing something small every day is more powerful than doing something extreme once a month. This is how habits are formed. Habits shape your life more than motivation ever will. Design your environment to support discipline. Remove distractions. Make good choices easier. Make bad choices harder. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. Part 5. Discipline and meaning. At its deepest level, discipline is about meaning. Without meaning, effort feels heavy. With meaning, effort feels necessary. Discipline connects daily actions to long-term purpose. You may not see results today. You may not feel progress tomorrow, but discipline allows you to believe in a future version of yourself, a version that is calmer, stronger, more confident. This belief changes how you act today. Skeptics often wait to feel ready. Disciplined people start before they feel ready. This is the difference. Part 6. A final message to the skeptic. You do not need to become a different person. You do not need extreme routines or harsh rules. You only need honesty. Look at your life. Look at the areas where discipline is missing. Ask yourself one question. What would change if I kept one small promise to myself every day? That is where discipline begins. Not with pressure, not with fear, but with respect for your own potential. Discipline is not a cage, it is a door. And you decide when to walk through it. Part 7. Discipline is action when you feel nothing. At this point, the mental resistance is already weaker. The excuses sound less convincing. You understand that discipline is not punishment, not control from outside, not a loss of freedom. Now we go deeper. Because the real power of discipline appears on the hardest days, not on good days, not when you feel inspired, not when everything goes according to plan. Discipline shows its true strength on days when you feel empty, days when you wake up tired, days when your mind is heavy, days when nothing excites you. These days are the test. Most people live their lives controlled by mood. When they feel good, they act. When they feel bad, they wait. This creates an unstable life. Progress starts and stops. Confidence rises and falls. Discipline breaks this pattern. Discipline says action comes first. Feelings can follow later. This idea is uncomfortable for many people. We are taught to listen to our emotions. But emotions are signals, not leaders. If you only act when you feel like it, your life will always stay small. Because growth rarely feels comfortable. Discipline teaches you to move even when motivation is silent. This is not cruelty toward yourself. This is maturity. A disciplined person understands a simple truth. Emotions change. Values remain. You may not feel like training, but you value health. You may not feel like working, but you value progress. You may not feel like learning, but you value growth. Discipline aligns actions with values, not moods. This alignment changes everything. Part 8. How discipline radically changes life. When discipline becomes part of your identity, life starts to transform quietly, but deeply. You wake up with less chaos in your mind. You waste less time on regret. You make decisions faster. Why? Because you trust yourself. Self-trust is rare. Many people live with constant self-doubt because they break promises to themselves every day. I will start tomorrow. I will change next month. I will try again. Discipline replaces these words with action, and action builds evidence. Every completed task is proof. Every difficult day survived is proof. This proof changes how you see yourself. You stop asking, "Can I do this?" You start saying, "I handle hard things." This mindset spreads into every area of life. Career improves because you show up consistently. Relationships improve because you are reliable. Health improves because your actions are stable. Discipline does not make life easy. It makes you strong. Strong people experience life differently. They are not free from pain, but they are free from chaos. Part 9. Discipline is self-respect in action. Many people talk about self-love. Few talk about self-respect. Self-love without discipline often becomes comfort. Comfort feels good now, but it slowly destroys the future. Discipline is self-respect made visible. It means you believe your future matters. You do not need to punish yourself. You need to stop abandoning yourself. Every time you choose the easy way instead of the right way, a small part of self-respect disappears. Discipline restores it, not through words, through behavior. You begin to live in a way that matches your values. This creates inner stability. You no longer need constant motivation from outside. You become your own source of strength. Part 10. Discipline on the hardest days. Let us be honest. Some days are dark. You feel tired, disappointed, maybe even hopeless. On these days, discipline does not ask for perfection. It asks for minimum action. Show up. Do something small. 5 minutes. 1 page, 1 simple task. This is enough. Discipline is not all or nothing. It is continuity. Even small action keeps the identity alive. I am still the person who acts. This belief protects you during difficult periods. Many lives are not destroyed by big failures, but by long periods of inactivity. Discipline keeps movement alive. Part 11. Discipline is a lifetime skill. Motivation fades. Talent can be wasted. Luck comes and goes. Discipline stays. It adapts to circumstances. When life is calm, discipline builds. When life is hard, discipline protects. This is why discipline is power. Not loud power, quiet, stable, reliable power. The kind of power that changes life not in one moment, but forever. Part 12. Final push. Choose action. You already know enough. The question is no longer, is discipline important? The real question is, will I act when I don't feel like it? That decision defines your future. Discipline is not something you wait for. It is something you do. One action, one hard choice, one honest step. This is how lives change. Not dramatically, but permanently. You know what the truth is? Discipline is not about forcing yourself. It's not about being stronger than everyone else. Discipline is the moment when you stop making excuses for yourself, not when motivation comes. Motivation is unstable. It comes and goes. Discipline stays. When motivation is gone, it's who you are. when nobody is watching, when there is no reward, no likes, no applause, just you, and one simple choice. Do it or delay it. Every time you delay, you don't just lose a day, you teach yourself that your goals don't matter. But every small action, even when you don't feel ready, builds self-respect. You start trusting yourself again. That's why discipline is not a prison. It's freedom. Freedom from mood. Freedom from excuses. Freedom from, I'll start tomorrow. Because pain from action is short, but pain from regret stays for years. If you're watching this right now, deep inside you already know. It's time to stop waiting. Not for the perfect moment, not for motivation, not for permission. Just start acting like the person you want to become. So do one thing right now. Not for me. For you. Like this video, mark the decision. Follow, stay consistent. Comment, I act, and feel the difference. Discipline doesn't start tomorrow. It starts now. With one choice. With this moment. Thank you for staying with us and watching till the end. This is what discipline really is. You decide to do something, and no matter what happens, you finish what you started. No matter the weather, no matter your mood, no matter the outside noise, you show up every day. You do your part, step by step. And that's how real change happens. Remember, you're not alone. We're on this road together. This was English Time. See you next time. Take care, my friend. Good luck.